Sri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Namaha. When Sutta Goswami was seated comfortably on his raised Vyāsasana, Saunak Rishi asked him, Sūta Sūta Mahābhāga Vadato Vadatambara Katham Bhāgavati Punyam Yadaha Bhagavan Shuka. Hey Sutta Goswami, please narrate to us that Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, the transcendental narration of God, Kṛṣṇa, which was narrated by Sukadeva Goswami previously. The narrations of Lord Kṛṣṇa rewards liberation. Those who speak it, those who listen faithfully, both they receive liberation. He further asked, Kasmin yuge pravutteyam sthanam va kim hetuna kutah sanchoditah Kṛṣṇa krutavan bhagavan muni. Which yuga, when? Please tell the time when it was spoken. For what purpose? Which place? What was the discussion? What would the listener achieve? And how Vyasa Muni compiled this into a book. Unless it was compiled by Vyasa Maharishi as a book, we would not be able to obtain this transcendental knowledge because our memory is very short. As we had discussed previously, Mandaha Sumanda Matayo Manda Bhagyahe Padrita. We are unlucky, unfortunate, and our memory is very short. Thus, we need the help of a book to obtain liberation. That's why Vyasa Maharishi compiled Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Sukadeva Goswami, when he appeared, he moved around ashram to ashram, forest to forest. Unmatta mukha jadavat, like that of unsteady minded, always in meditation, keeping quiet, not speaking, and like that of uneducated. Manusmriti says, let the learned not speak until he is asked. Actually, a disciple supposed to look like that of unknower in front of Guru, that he knows nothing, he or she knows nothing, but always smart. Then he asked, Kathamba Pandeveyasya Rajarsi Munina Saha Sambhada Samabhuttata Yatresa Satvati Kriti. How why it was spoken to a child who come in the dynasty of Pandavas. What was the conversation, how it developed as a conversation. This greatly liberating book of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, please tell us. Abhimanyu sutam suto prahur bhagavatottamam. There are two kinds of Bhagavatas. One is a devotee Bhagavata, another is a book Bhagavata. The son of Abhimanyu, who was a greatly devoted devotee, whose tasya janma mahāscharyam karmani cha gruhini cha, whose birth is very special, and his activities were surprising. Why this book was spoken to him, please tell us. Sa Samrat Mahayogi, Pandunam Manavardhana, Prayava Vishta Gangayam Anadrutyadhirat Shriyam. That greatly potential devotee who was as emperor on earth. Emperor. Why he sat on bank of Ganges, relinquishing his kingdom and remained detached? Why he sat on the bank of Ganges? Why renounced everything? Please tell us the reason. Sonak Rishi wanted to clarify all these doubts, and he requested Suta Goswami, Tat sarvam samachakva prushtoham yadi kinchana. Please tell what I had asked and what remained which I could not ask. That also please narrate to us. We are interested to know. Unless one begs the spiritual master to narrate, spiritual master keeps quiet. Only it tells what is necessary for the person to get liberation if he is not asking the secrets like that. Hearing this, Suta Goswami replied, Sadhu Purushto Mahabhaga. Oh, greatly fortunate Sonaka, you have spoken. Such wonderful question. You had asked me so wonderful. By hearing the answer to which the listener becomes liberated. He said, Dvapare samanuprapte, Dvapare samanuprapte, Tritiya Yuga Paryaye. When 3 yugas passed, Satya Yuga, Dvapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, when Kali Yuga is about to begin, Jata Parasarat Yogi Vasabhyam Kalaya Hare. From Parasar Muni and a boat lady combined, a child was produced who is incarnation, Kalayahare, potency of Lord Kṛṣṇa. His name is Vyāsadeva, he said. Vyāsadeva compiled the Vedas. The Vedas originally heard by Lord Brahma, and Brahma recited the Veda. It was only one called Rig Veda. this Vyāsa Maharishi, incarnation of Kṛṣṇa, appeared end of Dwapara Yuga, and he divided in that one Veda into four. Rigveda, Samaveda, Yajurveda and Atharva Veda, like four Vedas. When he saw that Kali Yuga people are very lazy and very short intelligent memory, he wrote 1008 Upanishads, that is supplementary to the Vedas, making them to be easy, out of which 108 are famous ones. And head of that is Ishopanishad, Svetasvatara Upanishad, Kathopanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad. These are the Upanishads which are the peak of all Upanishads, like that. Then he wrote 18 Puranas, the supplementary, easy in the historical form. He wrote Puranas to make people understand about God, understand their own position, understand this material world in which they live, understand what is beyond death, understand why they have to take birth again in this world, like that. After writing all these, Sutta Goswami said, after writing all this, Vyāsa Maharishi was not satisfied, was not pleased in his mind. Being despondent, he reached on the bank of Saraswati. Saraswati is in Prayagraj. And he constructed a small hut there, and after taking bath in Saraswati, sat down in his hut in despondency, meditating. What is the reason that I am not happy? I compiled everything. What is required for people for liberation? What is required for people to remove their sins? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, everything I wrote. I wrote in detail. Why I am not happy? I'm supposed to be satisfied and happy because I did so much of service for mass of population. Actually, it's true. When you do some service as you desire, then you should feel pleased, happy. So Vyāsa Maharishi thought, maybe because I did not compile anything about Bhāgavata Dharma. Our society is called Bhāgavat Dharma Samāj, where Bhāgavat Dharma is implemented. We live as per Bhāgavat Dharma. We practice Bhāgavat Dharma. So Vyāsa Maharishi thought, maybe because I did not write anything about Bhāgavat Dharma, that's why I'm not peaceful, I'm not happy. When the point of Bhāgavat Dharma came in the mind, Lord Kṛṣṇa is seated in the heart, Hridayesva Arjuna Tishtati, sent Narad Muni as his guru to him. When a living entity contemplates, let me serve God, let me become his devotee. Why I should not be devotee? Why I was born? Why I have to die? In this inquisitive state, God directs the living entity to go guru, or guru comes to him. So Vyāsa Maharishi was a greatly person. That's why Lord Kṛṣṇa directed Narada Muni to come to him. So Narada Muni appeared to Vyāsa Maharishi at that minute. Kṛṣṇasya Narado Bhāgat, Lord Sri Krishna sent Narada. Because of Lord Krishna, Narada came to Vyāsa ashrama. Seeing Narada Muni, Vyāsa Maharshi pujayamasa vidhivat Naradaswara pujitaha. Vidhivat, very important. One must properly worship the spiritual master. Narada Muni became the spiritual master. Vyāsa Maharshi accepted Narada Muni as his spiritual master. Pujayamasa vidhivat, humble mood, with respect, heart of heart, real, sincere worship. Because Guru is worshipped even by demigods. Naradaswara pujita. Guru is worshipped even by demigods. So why we should not worship? Like that. Then Narada Muni asked Vyāsadeva, how are you doing? And Vyāsa Maharshi asked all his well-being, welfare, each other they asked. Then Narada Muni, seeing the face of Vyāsa Maharshi, asked, why your face looks so despondent? You look like you are in anxiety, some sort of upset, because face is an index of mind. So if one is upset, his face, it shows up on his face, and realized souls, they recognize it. When Narada Muni asked that, Vyāsa Maharshi replied, Kritavan Bharatam yastvam sarvartha paribrunhita. I wrote all these scriptures for welfare of everyone, how to be religious, how religion can reward you wealth, how wealth can be used to have pleasure, and after enjoying this world, how you can obtain liberation. All this I explained, but I'm not peaceful. So Narada Muni replied, oh yes, you have written Mahabharata, very nice, Tri Sudra Dvijabandhunam Trena Shruti Gochara. You wrote Mahabharata because all these Vedas and Upanishads are not meant to be studied by females and Sudras, lowborns, and those Brahmins who don't live by Brahminical merits. These three. It is wonderful that Guru and disciples are united here, Narada Muni and Vyāsa Maharshi, and Vyāsa Maharshi is glorifying, Narada Muni is happy hearing. And he's, after glorifying, he's saying, Tvam paryatar narkat ivatriloki. You move around in three worlds like that of sun who moves around in the sky in this world. Antascharo vayu revatma sakhi, like air that moves around inside the body to keep a person alive. Similarly, you move around on this planet. You came here to help me, benefit me. Hearing this, Vyāsa Maharshi was told by Narada Muni, "Oh Vyāsa, Yatha dharmadayaschartha munivaryānukirtita na tatha Vāsudevasya mahima hi anuvarnita. O Vyasa, you wrote so many scriptures how one can become so religious, including obtain liberation. But you have not spoken directly about Lord Kṛṣṇa, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You omitted that idea of explaining the beautiful narrations of the Supreme Lord. And then he says, Na tadvataschitra padam harir yasho jagat pavitram pragranita kari. Look, the narrations of the Lord, jagat pavitram pragranita kari. That it purifies everyone in this world. That narration of the Supreme Lord you have not explained. Any talk that does not include Lord Kṛṣṇa's narration, that sound which does not include Kṛṣṇa's narrations and go through the ear is not beneficial. Tadvāyasam tīrthamusanti manasa nayatra hansa viramanti sikhyaya. Oh, because anything that does not include the narration of Kṛṣṇa, that is rejected, should be rejected, like that of the crows sitting in a place and having some sounds each other. The holy place of crows is not wanted to be because their sound is not correct. Then he says, Tadbhaga visargo janatagha viplavo yasmin pratishlokam avadhyavatyapi namani anantasayasaunkitani yat srunvanti gayanti grunanti sadhava. O Vyasa, the words, the narrations of Kṛṣṇa will remove the sins of listeners. Anybody who will come in connection about narrations of Lord Kṛṣṇa, their sins will be, agham, sin will be removed. Namani anantasya sunkitani, because it will include, because that includes the names of Lord Kṛṣṇa. Anantani, that powerful, that unlimited personality, who is glorified by the beautiful verses of Vedas. That personality you should talk about. Because neskarmyapi achyuta bhava varjitam, any activity that does not include devotional service, na shohate jnanam alam niranjanam, it does not respected, is not respected. Because any knowledge does not include Kṛṣṇa, that is not respected. After saying all this, Narada Muni told, Jukupsitam dharma krutena sasitam. You have explained the rejected, discarded matters. The knowledge you have explained in your books, all the Puranas, Itihasas, all jugupsitam, criticized. Not enough for pleasing God. you have done not sufficient service to the humanity by writing your books, because it does not talk about the transcendental pastimes and names of Lord Kṛṣṇa. The beautiful narrations by coming in contact of which reward visual seeing, direct vision of Lord Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa is seen face to face. You must do that. Because tyaktva swadharvam charanam bhojam harer bhajanna pakko sapato patettato yadi yatrakva va bhadra abhud abhusya kim kovarthapto bhajatam sudharmata. By leaving Lord Krishna's shelter, if one does not take shelter of Lord Kṛṣṇa, even though he is learned, he got everything, all wealth, is not recognized, because nothing of this world can take one or buy a ticket to the spiritual world. But one who becomes a devotee of Lord Kṛṣṇa, and while sincerely executing devotional service, if by chance some fault takes place, he is still better than those who are well situated in this world, having everything. Faulty is criticized in the scriptures. But a devotee who is sincerely executing devotional service by the guidance of a scripturally authentic guru, if some fault unknowingly happen, that person is still betterly situated, he said. Lord Kṛṣṇa directly speaks this in the Bhagavad Gita. He says, Parth naiveha namutra vinasastasya vidyate. Nahi kalyana krit kaschit durgatim tata gacchati. Hey Arjun, while executing devotional service, sincere person, sincerely doing devotional service, and some fault takes place, not durgati, he don't go to hell. He is not called fallen, not possible. He is rightly situated. Nahi kalyana krit kaschit, never he is criticized. Never. He is always benefited. Lord Kṛṣṇa speaks in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita very clearly. Then Narada Muni speaks about his past birth. People nowadays don't believe in their next birth. What happens after that death, they don't know. But Lord Narada Muni speaks here to Vyāsadeva about himself, how he was benefited by association, transcendental association of saints, that his mother was a maid of saints, and she was doing devotional service to them to please them, whatever way, please them doing service. Narada Muni also followed, and he said that I took some of his remnants. Remnants of a saint is very purifying. The greatest purification of remnant in this world is remnants from leftover eating food of God, devotee. So I took, and then due course of time, these sages left. My mother died. I was alone. Then I entered in the jungle from ashram to ashram. One day I was meditating on Lord. Oh Lord, please help me. The Lord appeared, pacified me. And then Lord disappeared after saying that you will see me. And then while in meditation, I left this body and I reached to the Lord. Lord rewarded me this position of Narada. I am in front of you today. I am representing him for you, to you. Please write Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. I move around all over the universe and I go to the spiritual world and speak to the Lord directly. I am telling you, you write the narrations of Lord Kṛṣṇa. All his pastimes should be included in the form of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Vyāsa wrote this book, which we are talking today. Sri Radha Govind Bhagavan ki jai. Thank you very much.